I think you and Wiggins might be a little proud of me.
Okay.
I actually watched Stranger Things.
No, you didn't.
Watched the whole thing.
The entire season?
The whole season.
Way to go.
I think
You've
it was
now
only
watched
like 8 episodes or something like that.
You've now watched more than me.
Oh, okay. So then you're the person I can't ask these questions
Oh no, you
to.
totally can.
Okay. Well, then you haven't seen the end-to-end?
Not the end, but I've heard about the end.
Okay. Wiggins, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember it. I saw when it first came out, so I like. If you
Okay.
ask me questions, I might remember.
Well, I guess I just have one question.
Okay.
And
Well, maybe someone in the text line can help.
right, and I don't really consider this a spoiler alert because the show's been out a while, and the second season is days away.
Yes.
Which will obviously be a continuation of the storyline.
Right.
Is that one lady? I think her name's Deb.
Okay. She's the scary.
No, she's just, one of the students, but she kind of just had glasses.
Yeah, there was a big thing about her. Everyone loved her.
Right, she was
Right.
So anyway, she's not returning for the next season.
No, and that was the thing that the creators of the show were saying is like, quit asking about her.
She's not a pivotal-
main character, but she made a name for herself, and everyone loved her.
Okay, so and it was just crazy because she really didn't have a huge part, but yeah, I was just curious about if that was like unresolved for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the directors came out and said that, and the creators.
It was so funny because I'm sitting here watching with Chris, who's already seen it, and he's like completely mean. He'll give me nothing. Like I'll be like, "Well, what did that mean?" He'll be like, "Well, you watch it like a regular person."
Right.
And I'm like, "Awesome." So then I'm like, kind of, as it's going, I'm like, "Okay, this is either one of 3 things: aliens, demonic, or like ghost."
Okay.
And then, it all plays out and you realize, okay, what exactly it is. But, I mean, I knew I was on the right path.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I also was like, this is alternate universe stuff.
Okay.
Like, this is like,
So you were thinking that.
right, for
Okay.
sure, right away. I
All
was like,
right.
how is this possible? This is like a parallel universe, so
Right.
it's the same area they're in, but it's a different timeline or dimension or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
Wow, you really started thinking.
It was really good, and I was pretty proud of myself. I watched the rest of it in the dark by myself.
You did not.
Yep. Yeah.
That is so not you.
I know, right?
Congratulations. Somebody on the text line, yes, Larry Barb's gone, but they have stuff that says justice for Barb.
Did you call her
Barb-
Deb?
Oh, Deb,
Deb,
Barb,
but I was
whatever. It
gonna
is
say, I
Barb.
think it was Barb.
It is Barb.
But you know, she's like one of the, they said one of the biggest costumes you'll see at Halloween. People like being Barb.
No offense to my sister, but that was my sister. Kind of to a certain degree after my dad cut her hair for seeing that boy.
Yeah.
And then she had her glasses, and I was like, so when I saw that show, I was like, Lynette?
Wow. Weird. She didn't get any guys after that for a while.
Right, my sister didn't get
Weird.
any guys. Yeah. But what a great show. And then so super excited. It's kind of weird seeing that show after seeing Pennywise, the It movie, because those kids almost like kind of their
People think
similar
that they're
group.
the same kids. They're
Right.
like, those are the kids from Stranger
Only
Things,
one of
right?
them.
I'm like, no.
Only one of them.
There is one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That kid that falls in love with 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's in the other one.
Okay.
So it's very confusing because it's the same time period. They're
Bunch of
riding the
kids,
same bikes.
right.
They're afraid of the stuff.
Well,
And-
I think that's the whole play, and so they even say that season 2 is supposed to be like super nostalgic and like a lot of references to the things that generation grew up with,
Right.
And so it's kind of a play on that. So it got to you, huh, Larry?
yeah, it was really good. I'm definitely about the next season. And so when does that start?
October 28th. So
Okay.
it literally starts in like 4 days. So you got all caught up this time. Kathy, you need to finish watching it
I
so you
do.
can watch the second season.
Will they put the whole season out so we can watch the whole? Oh man, that's exciting.
And that's to Kathy when we talked about that last week about the race binge
racers.
binge racers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what people do. I mean, it's a good show. It's one of the few really good shows on Netflix.
I bet some people who can parcel out their snacks, like that don't eat all their candy.
I
in
don't
one
know how
sitting.
they do it. Right, like they can
Right.
eat half a candy bar and put it in their pocket till later.
Right.
What? Who
Those
are you?
Those are the same people that can be like, I'm going to watch one episode
Yep.
and parcel it out.
I like to wait a week.
Right.
What? Right.
I see one episode and I'm all, what's going to happen next?
Totally.
And then you can hit the button now that not only goes right to the next episode, it skips the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
know.
cool.
And the commercials. I love it all.
But the problem is, if you sometimes you can miss the beginning little snippet of something if you skip
No.
the intro.
They don't let you skip the intro until the intro comes up.
Oh, okay.
So you see the beginning scene, and then once the music starts playing, you can hit a button and skip the music.
I needed that when I was watching Weeds and
Right.
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black.
After a while. Yeah. Oh my God, you wanted to kill yourself.
Right, and Weeds, same thing when it opened. Little bit of houses on the hilltop, tiny houses.
Shut up!
Tiny houses.
That's the only bad part with binge watching is you're like, stop playing that
Well,
song.
they fixed it on Netflix.
Yeah,
That's good.
Marissa says, my 10-year-old son's obsessed with Stranger Things. We're having a little binge watching party on Friday, matter of fact.
Aw.
Yeah, 10-year-old.
Do you guys watch Hulu? You don't have Hulu, do you, Larry? You just watch Netflix.
I think Hulu is a choice for me, but
It is.
we haven't signed up for it.
yeah, you have to.
You
like,
got to. They got a lot of cool stuff.
Way like I don't want to say better than Netflix, but I used to be like, oh, Hulu. I like it because you can watch TV shows from ABC and Fox like the next
Yeah.
day, commercial free. It's really nice.
I know, but you can also record them and then just fast forward.
Yeah, that sucks.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're super lazy.
That's old
Say it
school.
with us, Larry. Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu.
Hulu.
Sounds like a Star Wars.
Hulu.
Hulu. Hey, speaking of, that's December 15th.
Oh my gosh, I'm already wet for that.
Okay.
Are you gonna get tickets ahead of time?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
You have to.
Did you do that last time?
Well, you know what? They've surprised me because they for a while there they weren't doing premieres for Star Wars for like radio premieres, and then they started again.
Yeah.
So there might be some media stuff we might be able to see before.
You have argued about getting a PlayStation, and I will tell you now, you will get a PlayStation. And the reason why, and I have to find the name of it, you haven't seen the promo for the new Jedi game, have you?
No, but if it's me getting off the couch, I hate that.
Well, Xbox is behind when it comes to virtual reality. They just aren't.
Oh no,
that
they
good.
don't have the face thing.
They're terrible. So
is the Star Wars thing got
the
a face
Star
thing?
Wars thing for PlayStation has a face thing, and I showed my fiance or my wife this, and she was like, "Ugh, you're so nerdy." But you put on the goggles, and it's set up for it. But it's a lightsaber, and so it's just the handle of the lightsaber.
Right, so you don't break lamps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Or hurt people.
True, right.
Right.
Your mom's walking by, ready
Right.
to do the
Whack.
laundry. Wham!
But you,
Take your eye out.
it's just the handle. But when you put on the glasses, then it turns into the lightsaber because it adds that element to it. So you literally fight with it, and you have like lightsaber battles with people on it. And
That's cool.
dude. You shake
Listen,
your head.
we tried getting off the couch with the Wii.
Yeah.
And we kind of got tired of
I
that.
played tennis twice.
There was
No.
a Jedi game in there that you had to go like this. You had to go like this. To move your character forward. And like you just had to move arms out and then both arms out. To move thrust forward, you know? So I was like doing that like 100 times. Arms going out. And then the next day I was like, why am I so sore? And I was all, that damn game.
Yeah, on Nintendo, this is once you see the preview for this,
Thrust forward.
Right.
Oh,
Thrust
God, I'm
forward.
exhausted.
that's like a weird Tybo workout.
It was.
Whatever. And then they had the Michael Jackson dancing game, which I liked, but yeah.
I bet you were good at that. High
Yeah, a
score.
little too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry put on the red leather jacket
It
and the
can't
whole
sense
white
what
glove.
you're wearing. It just senses your moves.
That doesn't
Right,
matter.
And
but
mine
to you.
were on point.
You put the jacket on to help your mood.
Right, exactly. Ooh.
Here we go.
Well, I'll show you that, and
All right.
you're gonna like.
When
it.
does it come out? The PlayStation?
Oh well, the PlayStation's already out, but I think that comes out on Tuesday.
The Jedi game.
The Jedi game, and I gotta look up what it is, dude. You need to get off the Xbox. Join the future.
I just want to give guys crap that are wearing the virtual reality, like to pants them or poke them,
Really?
spit in their drink.
Well, that would be in their living room, Larry.
And I won't ever play with you.
Now, right?
By the way, you can call us or text us. Actually, our phone's kind of jacked up right now. So text us only 303-728-3420. It's our only way of communicating until tomorrow.
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 Didn't you say the phone gets in tomorrow?
No.
Oh.
The
No.
phone won't
7 days.
Yeah, it's like it'll be here Monday. But the best part is people will be able to call in and hear the show as it's happening live, so that they're not going to miss anything when they call in.
Oh, thank God.
And the from what I can tell, our app has updated.
only for one device. So
Yeah, but the
be
people
careful.
that have that
Yeah.
device, the iOS, are saying it's
It's
awesome.
on iOS, but not on Android. And Android is coming soon. But yeah, everyone's loving it on there. And so the best part is the podcast episodes are all on there. There's a shout out feature to where people can actually shout out. So maybe the phone lines are broke now, but if you use that feature, you can send us a message and we'll get that.
Write your comment. And let's say you're too shy to talk to us in person or you don't want to wait on hold. You can hit that button, say what you feel, and then it comes right to us.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So, speaking of the text line, yay, today's Stephanie's birthday. She said she awake starting the day with us, coffee, and making breakfast. Only thing better. Oh, she'd like some Trey songs. Well,
Yeah, we
Stephanie,
got you. We got you.
we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, we'll try to get some on
All
here
right,
in a little
all
bit.
right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday for the morning show to you. Hey,
What are you making for breakfast?
can you bring us some?
Yeah, I'm like, we're definitely not the type of people that are going to get up and make breakfast at 4 in the morning.
No.
So we're more of Cliff Bar people.
Right.
It's kind of sad.
But
It
we'd
would
love
be
to
so
have it.
annoying to wake up for our spouses and be like, clink, clink,
Right.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Right.
Just making some fruit.
And the whole house smells like breakfast.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. No.
At 4:30.
Right, we have to sneak out, kind of like we're respectful in the sense that we realize we're getting up so early.
Yeah.
So we are like this when we're getting ready.
Hey, you gotta be very quiet.
And then there's a rare moment where like they're not there, but you can't get up
yeah.
and make some
And
noise.
you
Yeah.
turn the lights
Turn the
on.
TV on.
Yeah, that is nice.
Do your animals know? Like, does Yoshi and Arnold? Do they know when no one's home? Because my dogs will stay in bed if Kayla's there. They will be like, I ain't getting up. But the second that they know that she's not there, like, all right, I guess we gotta get up
Yeah,
and go to
because
the
they know
bathroom.
this is their
just,
chance.
yeah, but I don't have to tell them anything. They just
No.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine's always up regardless.
Oh,
It's
is he?
like,
Oh, he's
well, they
so
always
cute.
know I'm the first that lets them out.
Right.
And then they get to eat, and then after Daddy gets up, then that's their chance to go out and poop.
Kathy and I are setting a play date with the dogs,
Yeah.
Arnold and Yoshi, because sometimes the kids get all the attention. And so we want to make sure that the dogs have a little play date and some fun too.
Well,
yeah,
that's good.
that'd be nice.
And Arnold's the little licker and he gives kisses all the time.
Can't stand it.
I love it.
it drives me
It's a
crazy.
personality trait.
No, it's those little things that,
adorable.
like, because people would be like, oh, Beauty just comes up to you and just rests her head if she wants to pet her. And I'd be like, yeah, I had to teach her not to do that because it would be anytime you sit on the couch, she wouldn't walk away from you.
I know, but that's another thing I love about her. From the moment I met her, she did that. And
She's a cuddler.
I love all your dogs. Oh my God. In a little bit, I have to show Kathy, and I got like this went so viral on my page. We have to put it on the site. Have you seen the cow dog?
Yeah, you showed me.
Oh,
those
yeah.
are the furry things. They were furry cows, little baby
Right.
furry cows.
And it thinks he's a dog. It got raised. No, you haven't seen it.
Oh no, I saw it was kind of like a manufactured
Oh, no.
cow or whatever those are. Like the latest.
Right, hybrid or
Oh,
something like
The
that.
okay.
latest, coolest little cow now. You used to be little dogs, then it was little goats, and now they have these little cows. That's what I saw.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, you have somebody has a cow that acts like a dog?
Yeah, and it was raised with dogs, and it was rejected by the cow herd. And so then it just stayed with the dogs, and now it runs around and it thinks it's a dog, and it sniffs other butts, and it lays with the dogs, and
Really?
it hangs with the dogs. It's so cute.
How big is it?
It's kind of the size of a dog.
okay.
now.
Is it
Yeah.
going to become the size
I
of
don't know, but
cow?
and he has a cool name, and I love him.
Okay, yeah, you got to
Yeah.
show me.
But speaking of dogs, 303-728-3420. You can text us your dog and your costume pick. We have a prize that you can win, but there's also, it's from Pets and Stuff.
Yeah.
You can actually win a year's worth of dog food.
This Saturday is their huge pets costume contest, and I've done it. Like I've judged it before. There's like 300 entries, but it goes fast. But I mean, people come all out. Like there was like somebody turned their border collie into the Pharaoh, and then it was in a big boat. I mean, like
They go all
They
out.
go all out at this thing. But you register because the grand prize is a $100 gift card and a year's worth of dog food.
Right, you'll get all that information when you send us your pet pick,
Yeah.
and you also include the word
Halloween
in that text.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to see your pet for maybe this year's costume or maybe last year's costume.
Whatever, yeah.
Right.
I like the little weenie dogs and the hot dog buns.
I like the
That's my
ones that
favorite.
have feet and arms, so it looks like a little person's running
When
toward
they're
you.
walking, right. They're cute. So we'll choose a winner, and somebody's going to get a big gift basket from Pets and Stuff from us.
Right. Text us right now, 303-728-3420.
The word Halloween.
And your pet pick.
Coming up next in Celebrity Trash and Bash, Kelly Clarkson says that when she was really skinny, she wanted to kill herself.
Why?
Yeah, and you were always saying how great she looked skinny.
Well, she does look awesome skinny.
She was dying inside.
Well, she wasn't.
She
Get on
said
that
it.
treadmill, chubby.
Light, camera, action.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathy, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Here's Kathy J.
So, did y'all see before it got taken down, Mariah Carey going crazy? Okay, so it was on Facebook Live. It was a 5-minute video. It's now been deleted.
Okay, yeah, you can always rethink those after.
Yep.
And then, but was she, drunk or just regular crazy?
Regular crazy Mariah. Regular diva weird. That didn't make sense, Mariah.
Right. Remember,
Okay.
she went off the deep end for a while, remember?
Yes.
She had to be, hospitalized, or they were worried about her.
Oh yeah. That was a while ago. Right. But yeah, she did start rambling at that thing too. So she was promoting her new song, and she did a Facebook Live video. Okay. Well,
That's what happens when nobody plays it on the radio.
she's at her house, and it looks like the house in Manhattan, and she's wearing a red satin robe over a black nightgown. What else, right?
Okay, everything has to be sexy.
Exactly. So she starts off by saying, I tried to get festive with the ensemble. Yay.
Loves to say
Nay.
ensemble.
She says it as she struts her outfit before quickly pointing out to a Chase Lounge to say, remember that Chase Lounge? I used that on MTV Cribs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so then the camera follows her, and she's really enthusiastic. She starts running room to room,
Okay.
and she's talking about her new film.
Some people try drugs later in life.
She says about the new film, I have my first animated movie, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I know it's not even Halloween yet, but we're just having moments, darling. Moments.
Oh, God, don't make me slap her.
So then she walks up the stairs and blurts out, there's 2 elves around here somewhere. And I guess it was dead silent. There wasn't anybody around.
Or that was the cue for her
Supposed to be the
kids?
kids.
Or,
Yep,
okay.
right. So then she enters.
They're bored with her. They're like, we ain't watching this.
So then she enters a room, takes a seat, fixes her hair, begins to talk about her collaboration before getting up and starts wandering the house again. Then she says, I'm walking around to find out where everybody else is because as soon as I go Facebook Live, everybody disappears. So that sounds normal.
Right. It sounds like she's had a little wine.
Throughout the video, Mariah Carey seemed to struggle a lot with her speech, not knowing what to say and often repeating herself. Then she likes to remind viewers again about her collaboration with the producer. And then the person shooting the video puts the camera down and is heard whispering to her and advising her what to say.
Right, you should stop doing this. You look stupid. We're probably going to delete this anyway.
Then she returns to the frame about 10 seconds later and says, did anybody see me go bowling yesterday? I deserve a championship.
Don't talk about your bowling. You're dying. You're drowning. It's not happening.
Then she continues to babble on before the lady behind the camera, who I can only assume is Stella, right?
Right.
Interrupts her mid-speech and says, Mariah, when can we expect a new album?
She's all, talk about that.
Yeah. And then she said, oh, we're just releasing this new song. Very good question. I appreciate it. I'll get back in the studio very soon.
The problem with her, when she goes live, there literally could be 100,000 people watching.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there were.
Right.
So that's why everyone was like, oh,
What's wrong with
God.
her?
People started immediately tweeting, Mariah, the odd behavior's back. She's
Right.
babbling again.
She's losing it.
Fans were quick to point out the strange behavior. This is super awkward. Oh, my God. Stop walking around everywhere. And those were some of the comments. And then immediately.
You gotta have a plan before
Yeah,
you do your video.
you do.
You gotta
this is-
here's are the points I'm gonna make. And
Right.
I really gotta stick to the plan.
Exactly right. And we're not going to go more than this.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So, do we really want to talk about Harvey Weinstein?
Sure, I mean,
okay, let's do it.
It's always somebody new.
Yeah, somebody new, and this new person would be his assistant and one of the 8 women that got a settlement from him.
Okay.
Well, that's what I wondered is because the assistant would lead women into the room and then all of a sudden disappear.
Right.
So it's
she's
like,
'cause
Not
she was
that assistant.
well, either way, because the whoever had to be his henchman.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, she was just like, thank God that's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, here your 2 o'clock's here.
So this lady got paid out in 1998.
Oh, okay.
So she was one of,
One of
those,
many.
Right. And she said that the sexual harassment started on day one of her job, but you're working for the Miramax founder.
Right.
So it's a great job.
But he is also being smart by going, this is how it is around here.
Yeah.
Instead of lulling her into, I have the best job in the whole world. Oh, wait a minute. Well, and then real quick on a side note, in this related story, they were talking about all the details are coming out about Bill O'Reilly.
Oh.
And that there was a blonde that was always on his show. There was like 10 blondes always on his show.
Like a guest?
But yeah, she would always come on as one of the people to argue and go back
Okay.
and forth. And I recognized her right away. She alone got $39 million.
What?
$39 million. And Fox knew about it and they re-signed him anyway. So even after he paid $39 million. So everybody in the media is like, what happened to her
For
to walk away with $39 million? That's like pinned you in the office,
Raped you.
made you toaster strudel on your forehead.
Totally, right.
Something.
And did it repeatedly.
Right.
Yeah, because this lady, the ex-assistant, only got $330,000.
Right.
But what he did to her was he went out of the room and came back in his underwear. First
and
day.
then you know what?
First day.
It's not like he's got a great body.
Oh, he's disgusting.
Right. So it's like these poor women are like, again, if it had been George Clooney, might be
They'd be
different
okay.
outcomes.
He asked me if I'd give him a massage, then he asked if he could massage me.
Oh, that's his ammo.
Yeah, that's his thing. Then she said he'd often walk around the room naked and asked her to be in the room while he bathed so they can discuss, things for the day.
I don't even like looking at myself naked in the mirror, yet alone be like,
Right?
hey, wifey, you want to watch
Wanna
me
watch me
shower?
shower?
Check it out.
This was his behavior on every occasion, she said, when I was alone with him. I often had to wake him up in the hotel in the mornings, and he'd always try to pull me in the bed with him.
Oh.
She said her breaking point came after a colleague came forward, another girl who was white as a sheet and shaking. She started crying and said, something terrible just happened. She was in shock and she was finding it very hard to talk, and I was furious, deeply upset and shocked, and that's when we went to the police.
I'm curious what those women made annually to endure that. Like if they were
Right.
pulling in 40,
Then, that's not
Right.
worth it, right? But when the payout's only $330,000 just be split between two.
well,
in the
and-
90s, though.
Right,
Yeah,
and that
you're
was
right.
that was
98.
before it became this huge thing. I bet girls that were recently that happened to them will probably get more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
But you mentioned George Clooney just a second ago. George Clooney and Matt Damon are out promoting the new Suburbicon movie.
Right.
And so George Clooney and Matt Damon were asked by Michael Strahan about Harvey Weinstein, and they both said, well, we always knew he was an a-hole, but we didn't know he was a sexual predator.
Which isn't true, because now Matt Damon's getting a bunch of grief because he knew about it because he worked with Gwyneth Paltrow on a movie together, the Mr. Ripley.
Mr. Ripley, right.
Right, the talented Mr.
It
Ripley.
was way back in the day.
And this is after Gwyneth Paltrow broke up with
Brad Pitt.
and she was dating Ben Affleck.
Oh, so she
And then
really...
it happened again.
Oh.
So then she was telling Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, okay, this guy's
is what he
creeping
did.
on me again.
Brad said something to him.
But
Wow.
but at that point, Matt Damon isn't Matt Damon. Like he's just an
was
up and coming
just- right.
actor, and
Right.
so I mean they were probably just as fearful. Not that that's an excuse, but they were probably just as fearful for their career as
Right.
the women were to step forward and say something.
Right.
I know, but they also got to go home without having to see Harvey Weinstein in
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
underwear.
right. Yeah, that's true. Matt Damon said you had to spend 5 minutes with Harvey Weinstein to know he was a bully. He was intimidating. George Clooney said Harvey would talk to me about the women that he'd had affairs with. I didn't necessarily believe him, quite honestly, because to believe him would have to be believe the worst of some actresses who were friends of mine.
Well, and the thing is, a hookup to him sometimes was just him pulling his pants off. Like that's as
Yeah.
hot as it got.
Yeah.
So most of the women ran away. So I mean, I'm sure there was a couple times he got fully laid.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Mostly it was women fleeing, trying not to vomit.
Right. Oh, and then going home and turning the water on really hot.
Right.
like Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. All right. And, well, Janet Jackson, is there a ban on her for the NFL?
Oh, well, you know what? There's also, ever since Janet did the Super Bowl.
Yep.
She's never had another hit.
No.
I just wanted to say.
And remember, we had a listener Super Bowl party that Super Bowl, and we were all together. And remember, it was on the big screens all over that bar.
And it was the
And we
one
all
moment
saw
I was
it.
not looking at
You
the TV.
weren't.
And
You wouldn't have liked it anyway.
Yeah,
No,
he
no,
would
no.
have been down. And
Well-
he did. He thought the boob was just deflated and
Well,
unattractive.
we saw it over and over, and the thing is, what's weird about the whole thing is they were sticking to their story still. Like Janet was still sticking to the
Wardrobe.
It was supposed to be a red bra underneath, and he accidentally tore that off, and
Yes.
blah 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 blah. And everybody's all upset because Timberlake's going to do the Super Bowl, and like he was forgiven or whatever, and they said there was a Janet ban, and it's like, I'm sorry, it was Janet's idea. Timberlake went along with it. He shouldn't get as much heat for it as she did, and then eventually, like there was supposedly like a $500,000 fine that never was
She didn't have to pay.
levied, right, and against CBS, and nobody had to pay anything. Nobody got fined, and it just was like a big thing on her career, you know.
So was that proven that Janet was behind it?
Well, I mean, to me, like you
Because she does look shocked when she looks down
see,
and
I can't
realizes
see.
her-
I just hate that people will buy into any kind of like. If you could go out and stab somebody and go, or did I? And there'll be like 5 people going, maybe he didn't.
Well,
like you just raised the hints of doubt. And I'm sorry, in my opinion, it was Janet wanting to do a big shocking moment, and then she had Justin getting ready there, and he knew what was up. He even said
the
in interviews,
wardrobe, yeah.
right, but he even said in interviews they talked about it. They knew what was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I think that the internet was not what the internet is now. That was just, oh my God. But really, it doesn't matter. It's not as big of a deal now as I think
That's
it
true,
was
but
back then.
people
I
are
think
still mad at her, and so when Justin got signed up to do the Super Bowl halftime show coming up this January, immediately everybody started saying there was the Justice for Janet ban, hashtag,
Right.
and it was trending and stuff. So the NFL got asked about it, and they said, "Let it be known, Janet is not banned, never has been. If Justin Timberlake wants to invite her to join him, he can, but it's unclear if he or Janet is even interested. There's no way he will.
No way, because he wants to get rid of that whole stigma, and he got talked into that, and he felt stupid.
Yeah.
And it blew up way more than they thought it would. And this was still viral. I mean, you say it was before. It was
really
crazy.
before
I think it was
YouTube
kind of
and all
when
that
well,
stuff.
It
Yeah.
was. I do remember it being everywhere.
Everywhere.
And then the NFL also wanted to say a lot of people don't get the opportunity to come back. Shania Twain, Sting, U2, Aerosmith, they all did halftime shows before Janet. None of them been back
Okay,
either.
conspiracy theorist here.
Here we go.
Do you think that was only because NFL's PR marketing genius? Do you think that they just were like, all right, let's cause a distraction from the national anthem protest and get people to focus on other things within the
probably.
NFL?
I'm
like
totally
that,
down with
that
you
they're
in the
trying to bring him back
conspiracy.
so people start talking about that and focus on
I
that.
think
Versus,
that's thinking way too deep. I think they have a running list of artists that they would want to host the Super Bowl, and he's on that list.
And maybe they did say, "Ooh, let's choose him, and we'll get a bonus
Wow,
if
you
everybody
guys-
talking about him."
I love you guys because you are definitely my conspiracy theorist.
Oh, yeah,
people.
we totally are.
Right, for
You're right,
sure.
we
And
believe in it.
Yeah, you definitely talked me into rethinking some things.
And finally, Kelly Clarkson says that when she was really skinny, she wanted to kill herself.
Right, because she was hungry.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm starving.
some bodies.
people are different.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I
different.
know, but I mean,
Right.
if you look at her when she was skinny and she did that terrible movie with Justin DeKelly,
Yeah.
she looks amazing. And everybody would be the first to say that in her certain music videos where she's really thin, like, man, she's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's like, so, I don't know what the story is about, but she definitely looks hot when she's skinny.
Well, I think a lot of people look hot when they're skinny.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that that's what's healthy for their bodies or their brain.
Well, fine.
Right. And that's what Kelly Clarkson was saying. In an interview with British Magazine with Attitude, she said, when I was really skinny, I wanted to kill myself. I was miserable, like inside and out, for 4 years of my life. Nobody cared, though, because aesthetically,
She
you
looked
made
amazing.
sense.
Right. And so deep down inside, she's probably depressed because she can't, be herself and, like, just
Gorge?
live.
Yeah.
Or just live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like when you're in that mode of Hollywood people,
It's like
they want you to
here's
stay
a-
that skinny.
Here's a cotton ball that I dipped in some lemon juice.
Right.
Just suck on that all day. Kelly
sure.
said when she was transitioning from American Idol to Superstardom,
Transitioning.
the peers, hello, Caitlin.
Hello.
Her peers like Brittany, Christina, Jessica Simpson,
Super skinny.
they all were feeling the pressure and staying super skinny. And she said that she heard stories about what they were doing to stay skinny, and she just couldn't do it. She said, it was a very dark time for me. I thought the only way out was to quit. She's so talented, but she was willing to quit because of the pressure to be skinny. She
Right.
said,
She started like looking at the amount of money she had and, that
Yeah.
she built up, and she's like, yeah, I could live off that.
She said, I like wrecked my knees and my feet because all I was doing was putting on headphones and running. I was at the gym all the time. It was miserable.
Well, so, I mean, yeah, I agree. Some people aren't cut out to be skinny
True.
forever.
That's, yeah.
And it's like props to those who can not eat a whole sandwich, I guess.
No.
Don't call now.
No, just text.
Just
You're right.
text
Just text.
303-728-3420. Our new phone system is getting put in soon.
Yay.
So it's weird because our first phone system kind of ran through the computer.
Yeah.
So there was actually
Painfully.
there's no physical phone in the room. So usually Kathy and I are like jumping on there while Wig's doing his
You
thing.
mean at the old,
Right, in
the
the-
old
Yeah.
school way? Yeah.
Right, would be us going, hey, who's this? Oh, wait, don't move.
Right.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, okay, that's a dumb comment. Click. Or whatever, And so we haven't had that ability. So now that we have the new phone system coming in, it's going to be way better. And like Wig said, you'll be able to be
Yeah.
on hold and hear us on the air.
So when they called now, if you called in, a lot of people said, I call in, but then I got to hear, because you recorded some audio, like, I don't know what's going
Hey,
on.
you're continuing. Please holding.
Right.
You'll be on the air soon.
So now
Which
it'll
that was helpful, but it wasn't.
no.
Right.
And then there were so many of you calling that we had issues with the first phone system. Same with the app. Too many people, and it's awesome. It's an awesome
It's an
problem
awesome.
to have.
It's an awesome thing. We just
Yeah.
got to find the quick solutions so no one gets
Exactly.
mad at us.
The quick solution is the green solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a video on my Facebook fan page. I just put it on Larry and Kathy, our fan page. And I wanted Kathy to see it. And his name is
Oh my
James.
God, are you kidding me?
And James is like he's a cow.
Oh my
He was
God, he's a-
rejected by the herd.
He's adorable. A Highland cow.
Right, and he hangs with the dogs, and he thinks he's a dog.
Oh my God, he's got little socks on so he can be on the wood floors in the house.
Look, and then he plays with the dogs like he's a dog,
Look at him jumping around.
and he learns how to they taught him how to communicate with them, so he knows how to sniff butts now.
Oh, he totally is sniffing butts. There's like 5 dogs he runs with. All those chickens.
Right.
He is a dog. He's a big furry
Dog
dog.
cow.
He scares cats just like a dog would.
Yeah, he's adorable, and he's all fluffy, and he's the size of a dog.
Oh my God, he's neat.
Oh, he's so adorable. So we're all going to get a dog cow, right? Oh, I'd imagine when you walk him, you're going to need a big poo bag.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I'll be back. I'll be back to get this.
Look, he wears a little costume, and apparently, the cows weren't feeling him. He's too weird. So this is a Disney movie ready to be made.
It totally is.
You know what I mean? He was a rejected cow who thought he was a dog from Pixar. James.
You're right, James.
Meet James.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's so cute.
I just wonder if the cow's going to get big. Because, once they get
Well,
big, they're really like...
You wanted, a ton, 500-pound cow
Yeah.
running around your house.
With a bunch of dogs drinking all your milk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a no.
Maybe
Right.
it's making the milk for the dogs. You never know.
Well, he's a boy cow, so he probably doesn't have teats.
Right,
okay.
and so if the
Right.
dogs are on him, that's a bad thing.
Right, or a good thing. Meet James.
the gay cow.
It's all Pixar's first X-rated movie.
Okay, so there's this. You know how when you go out on a date, do you remember, Wiggins, when you and Kayla went on your first date? What it was?
Yes.
What was it?
It was Base Nectar, because it was after that, and then we just started dating after the first date.
You mean the concert?
Yeah, we went to a concert. She...
Oh, I
group of
thought
friends.
that's what she did to him.
No.
I'm all wow on the first
They
date.
call it base nectar.
Right.
No.
Some
So,
people call it baby batter or
That's
man goo.
gross.
yeah,
Ugh.
that was...
And
that-
she still stayed with you?
Well, I
Ugh.
ended up getting a limo for everyone to take us up there because the limo broke down on the side of the road.
Oh, that's right.
She actually walked into the wrong house when she came over. Walked into the neighbor's house and was like, "Who are you people?" And then heard us on the deck and came out. So all these little things happened. I was like, "Oh, she's just fun and awesome."
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it's just she was the one.
Did you pay for the first date?
Yes. I I paid for the limo.
So you
know?
kinda paid.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then when you guys just went out together without people,
Oh, then I
you paid for that?
Yeah.
Or you didn't go Dutch?
No, I paid for that.
Well, it's a
Aw.
mistake.
I've been paying for it ever since.
Yes.
Hey, you're not the only guy to say that, Wiggins. But it's finally happened out there, everybody. A new survey says that one of the oldest stereotypical examples of gender roles has now officially flipped. Women are saying, by and large, it's a turnoff if a guy pays on the first date. They would prefer to go Dutch.
Okay, so these are bi and large women? You said bi and large.
Right, so it's me.
Okay, so-
they'd rather, they'd much rather split the bill.
Hey, don't pay for me, you dumb man. I'm bi and large.
You want to go home or not?
So, yeah, it has been traditional, and there's a lot of guys who really still believe in that.
No, for sure there are.
Right.
But I would say to those guys, hopefully you understand that one of the reasons, well, the main reason why I don't let a guy pay for the first date is the same reason I don't accept drinks from guys at clubs, is because in the past, when I have, it turns into a situation where they feel they're owed something.
Right.
Or I feel guilty because I'm like,
'Cause
this
they
isn't
paid for an
working, but now
expensive
they
dinner.
paid for something. Right. And I never wanted to be in that position ever again, of feeling like I owed something to a guy. So the drinks also, like, again, now you're going to talk to me, and if I walk away, you're going to call me a bitch. So, there's always that. So it's just much easier to go, no, I got myself. I'll pay my own bills. I got my own jewelry.
Then there's no commitment.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
Right, and then it's like, I would go Dutch, because Dutch men are actually attractive. But no. I think that it's fair
that's your thing.
I like for the dates to be two guys, because then it's like both guys pay.
Yeah, right. So
Right.
that's a Dutch date from the
Right.
get-go.
Well, yeah,
so
but
wait, I didn't
there
even
isn't that doesn't work for us. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like guys, it's like if you're gay, it's like you just basically take turns, and I
Oh.
think that's what couples do. I mean, straight people do now.
Yeah,
Right, right.
Kate and I take turns. I joked about that, but she
Yeah.
paid for some stuff, and it's
I
just how you
totally,
do it. Yeah.
I think that if you're a chick that just expects somebody to pay your way the whole time,
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to be a 10.
Well, I
That's
think-
all I'm saying. You got to be really hot to get away with that
Even
kind of
for
a
a
life.
guy, you want them to at least offer to pay.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily be like, yeah, you got to pay for it, but the offering makes you feel.
Yeah.
For sure. I would imagine the more wealthy the guy is and the more poor she is,
Oh, yeah, it
then
helps.
it's expected. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's like, hey, I got this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then that kind of seems like a sugar daddy situation.
Harvey Weinstein's going to happen
Right,
in the
right,
next
for
date.
sure.
You
But
know-
it's also like, kind of sometimes it's like, who makes a little bit better money?
and I
I
get
think,
that.
especially when you become a couple, you pull your money together.
Right, but it's a first date, and I don't really know you, and you don't know
Right.
how much I'm making, so I'm just going to try to put my best out there, and I don't want you to expect anything from me. Let's just hang out as two people.
The best thing is for like, hey, I'll buy dinner, you buy the movie.
Okay, see? Thank you for
That's-
saying
yeah.
No, that was my whole. Well, that's on one date, but remember what I used to do? I would always pay for the first date. I'd be like, no, I got this. And I would
And
say.
there was never a second
And I would
date.
say, you can pay the second date.
And you know why? Because men felt obligated to you because you were expecting something.
See? They
You
were
bought-
like,
she's
wow.
like, hey, I ponied up for Chubbies.
Right. Yeah.
This is going down.
Right, so I never got the second date.
So everybody
They never paid.
Everybody should go Dutch. And
Dutch.
if you're doing multiple things that night, he can buy the first
Yeah.
round, or she can buy the first round, and you buy the next round.
I do like that.
Right, for
I do
sure.
like that.
Let's keep it fair and not put anybody in a Harvey Weinstein situation.
Yes.
303-728-3420. Text us, and then
Yes.
in a week you can call us.
They also said the two worst things to discuss on a first date.
Politics and religion.
You'd think, but no, it's changed. If you talk about the weather or you go to a horror movie, that's a bad first date.
Oh, wow. Because if you're talking about the weather, you ran out of things to talk
Exactly. But I thought horror movie that was good because, the girl gets scared. She gets to lean into the guy and, ooh, I'm scared.
about. It would be me, the opposite.
Yeah,
I'd be leaning
right.
into
Exactly.
her.
Maybe that's why they say don't do the
Exactly.
horror movie.
Oh my
Thank God I like men.
Yeah.
That's so funny. When I would hear DJs that would do the weather break,
Yeah.
because that was the first thing Larry and Larry and Tommy was like, don't do the weather. Anyone can do the weather. Anyone can look out the window and see what the
True.
weather
Right.
is.
Don't try to make a 15-minute conversation about the weather.
Oh, you mean like when you were doing your normal job?
Yeah, so
stuff. Yeah.
this would be so awkward to be on a date and be like, so isn't this weather just like
Yeah.
it's so hot out?
If that's happening, it's like, oh, okay.
So I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then you never see her again.
Right.
Blazing Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathy J. Wiggins. It's Tuesday, which means my show's on tonight,
Which show?
which is the MTV Challenge show. It's like, the battle of all the seasons.
No, I love it. I love it, and it's. You realize you're getting older when
you
the guys
see
on that
JT
show,
is
CT
chubby.
is
CT.
all, and then the girl who you're like, oh, she was all right back in the day, and then now you're, dang, she's getting older. I was like, I'm getting older.
Right.
Oh my god! I was like, because Kayla didn't know who half those people were, so I was like,
Right.
oh, so you should have seen this one season with CT and then
right.
Adam.
He killed
Yeah.
it. He's the
Right.
best.
Oh, that's hilarious.
This on the text line, me and my boyfriend have been together for a year and a half, and we always split the bill. Unless it's a special occasion or one of us gets a bonus or something, then one of us picks up the entire check.
Well, that's cool, but
Yeah.
then how long have they been together?
A year and a half.
That's about
And
right.
that's Veronica.
Yeah, I would say, how long do you guys think you're with somebody before you become the joint account?
I think because the joint account.
Oh, I don't do.
Oh, you don't do
joint
the joint account? I
Uh,
thought you
you
were
see-
definitely in that because of Mr.
I've
Efficient.
been talking about it with Kayla, but yeah, I don't.
We
We don't
just
have
did it
one.
like last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't join account. No way. That's my money. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yes,
Yeah, but
you
he
need
controls
him.
every
yeah.
dime you spend.
Yeah, right. With my money, he pays for stuff, and only he knows how to do that.
It's a joint account for him,
Yeah.
not for her.
Well, mine's a joint account because that's what I use to buy joints.
Yeah.
So Chris is like,
Heyo.
The green solution.
no, we
Yeah.
have our own accounts and stuff like that. But I mean, I put him in charge of stuff. Just like Mr. Efficient.
Right.
I trust him with the dough. Don't trust me.
Right. That's why, like this weekend when I went to Chicago,
Right.
for the Bad Moms 2 junket, like I always have to be like, okay, babe, how much money do I have on the card so I can get, I have to get my Uber, I have to get, I might have to ship a bag,
Don't they give you a per diem for like
for food once you're there.
Now, does the movie company pay for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
So, but here's the thing. I was in Chicago, and what do you have to try when you're in Chicago?
Chicago dog.
hot dog.
Chicago pizza.
Pizza.
Oh, okay.
Right. But a hot dog too. But pizza. And the pizza place, like Giordano's, it's the one that's that deep dish.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like the marinara's on top of the
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah. They have that thick pizza.
It was literally across the street from my hotel. So that's not covered with the per diem. I have to pay for that out of my own pocket. Anything in the hotel,
Oh.
I have up to like $125.
How was the hotel?
It was by far the best hotel I've ever been in.
Wow.
Okay, and I've been in nice hotels. They've put me up like at the Beverly Hills Four Seasons. I've been at Beverly Hilton. I've been at a really cool hotel in Manhattan, the Mandarin.
The Mandarin is like, whoa.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like,
right next to Trump Tower.
Well, and it doesn't start until the 30th floor.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
This one didn't start till the 6th floor.
Okay.
But it's called the Peninsula Chicago, and it was like Wiggins, you would have exploded with excitement, and probably you might have had a little bit something else excited. Every single thing was an iPad.
Oh, that's
the
cool.
lights, it was all mood lighting, so you could do like reading lighting. You could do so you walk in. I put it on Instagrams. You walk in, and it's one of those long hallways. So you look down to immediately where the bedroom is in the back, and then you walk past the first hallway, and it's like this huge closet, okay, like a walk-in closet that you walk through to go into the bathroom.
So you hung your two things in there.
Right, exactly. And this is the normal room for everybody, and then a king-size room, a king-size bed. So then you go into the bathroom, and it's a deep tub. Of course, there's a TV there. The remote controls, it's not a remote control. It's all in the wall. So, and it senses whenever some movement
Walks
is around
by
it,
it,
so
right.
it turns on. So there was a remote control, like iPad in the wall for the sink. There was one by the bathtub. Then there's one out in that walk-in closet. Then you go into the room, and the entire like shelving system was done up with a huge screen TV. You pull out a drawer, and you could put in any of your iPad, your whatever you wanted, and it would plug in and immediately turn the TV on, whatever you wanted you had stored on on whatever you had. And then it had like 20 different ways that you could charge your devices. The couch had like these things that pulled out for your sodas. I mean, it was so plush and cool. I was in love.
So is that kind of a room we would never be able to afford because
Yeah, I looked it up.
How much?
400.
A night?
Yeah.
And so
That's got to be special occasion or on vacation
Totally.
somewhere cool.
like when I was getting my phone done yesterday at T-Mobile, the girl was telling me how she had issues with her phone, right?
Uh-huh.
And talking about all these iPads. She said, so she told Apple they literally got into her phone and were navigating and controlling her screen on her phone remotely from wherever
Scary.
they
That's
were.
insane. So that what you're saying is they were watching you shower in those iPads.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
I'm saying that those are hackable. That there's probably someone in
Oh.
some room that's
Well,
like,
they were screen
yeah.
touch. They weren't necessarily iPads with cameras. Let's
Right,
give them
they
the
were screen
benefit
touch
of the doubt.
things, right? But still, and then like if you turned off, like it just sensed when you were like getting ready to go to bed. So as soon as I hit the bed, like the lights dimmed. It was
wow.
just crazy.
So was it one of those things where it's like you looked at the M&Ms and it's all charging you $12? Like you just looked at them.
Yeah, but that's the only time I can take from the minibar
Right,
because
exactly.
I have a credit.
Right, but you
Yeah.
just spent half of it on one bag of M&Ms.
Right, I did. But Mila Kunis, because she was part of the Bad Moms too, her movie, she's got that partnership with Jim Beam.
Right.
So I went to the movie, at 7:00, and then I come back to my room, so it's like a little after 9. And as soon as I walk in, there's a bottle of Jim Beam with an autograph note from Mila saying, "Hope you enjoy this. This is good for the holidays. It's the new Jim Beam vanilla." So I totally had free booze.
She's like, you better give my movie a good review. I just gave you a $30 bottle of alcohol.
And so I had to check a bag, which cost $25
Oh.
to get the alcohol home, but I did.
I'm shocked you just didn't drink it there.
Yeah.
Oh, I started to, but I couldn't. I'm not going to waste alcohol.
Right. Because then you have to leave it.
Right.
And then housekeeping.
And then the movie, The Junket, was at a hotel called the Water Tower, and that's famous. It's like a mall and stuff in Chicago.
The Miracle Mile.
But I got to tell you, Chicago is a cool city. The fact that your wife Kayla, that's her base, right?
Yeah, well, it was for
It
like
was.
9 months. That would freak me out there, though. I'm like,
Such a cool city.
So coming up, you'll this week, or even tomorrow, you'll have your interviews.
Yeah, it doesn't come out till November 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Which is right after Halloween next week.
So we
But
can take our time, but
we
it's
can
still
take
cool.
our time. Yeah. But I have to tell you some cool stuff that happened with the ladies.
yeah. So how? Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, how was the movie? Was it funny?
The movie was funny.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The movie was funny. I mean, if you liked Bad Moms, you're gonna like Bad
See,
Moms
I
too.
love the first Bad Moms,
Then
but
you'll like this
then
one.
kind of near the end, I don't remember what happened. I think I
Right.
fell asleep just because I was tired.
Yeah.
But so I don't remember how it ended. But the whole thing was just so funny. And I think as a parent, is it a little bit more funny because you're like, oh my god, that's
Right.
true.
No, it's especially as a mom-daughter thing, because it was the Bad Moms too. Their moms come.
Okay.
So you get to see why they're the way they are as mothers, and their moms come. So the
So
mothers.
that's why Susan Sarandon's in
Susan Sarandon is Catherine Hahn, the
Okay.
the spa chick's
Right.
mom. And so Susan Sarandon is the chick that, doesn't even remember when Christmas is, comes through town and needs money.
This is very similar to the Dad's movie that's coming out, part 2 with Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, I'm excited
and Will
to see
Ferrell,
that. Yeah.
because their dads come in.
Right. Mel Gibson
And
who's the other dad?
John Lithgow.
Yeah,
Thank
there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
John Lithgow, I love him.
it's a great way to bring back solid, great actors
Yeah,
that
for real.
aren't getting a ton of roles because they can still pull it off.
Right, and the other mom was Cheryl Hines, who plays Larry David's wife, Cheryl,
Oh,
in
right.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. She
Yeah.
was the mom of Kristen Bell, and the mom of Mila Kunis is that awesome actress that's older she sings and stuff. She was in The Birdcage, Christine.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking
Baranski,
about.
or-
yeah.
Yeah,
she's
so she's
been
Mila
in a
Kunis's mom.
million movies.
Yeah. It was funny. Oh my God! And Ty Swindell, he's the name of he's
The hunk?
He's the blonde hunk from This Is Us.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He's in there and he gets naked.
He's good in This Is Us. Like
Yeah,
he's like
he's great.
a really great character. That whole show is like it's hard to watch because you have to be ready for an emotional
I'm shocked that you watch this.
Yeah,
that's kind of a lady show.
It
Yeah.
seems like something that you, Wiggins, would stay as far away from as
I make
possible.
you watch Gotham.
Hey,
Yeah, I
hey,
like Gotham.
Let's not stop Wiggins from becoming sensitive. Let's encourage it. We love that show.
Yes, you
Good
should
job.
watch more of it.
No, it sounds like I need to stop watching it.
Yeah, no.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
it's Kathy J's Stupid News.
A one-time Canadian sports personality is now allegedly robbing banks.
Whoa, so he ran out of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, all those athletes, they say, what, like 80% of them just blow it all.
Right, but he's not an athlete.
Oh, I thought you said he was...
Sports personality.
Oh.
He's a jock.
Yeah, a DJ, like a radio jock.
I
Yeah.
thought he was an athlete.
No, he's a TV sports anchor and radio sports anchor.
Oh, okay.
One-time Canadian sports personality.
Oh, okay.
He's actually pretty well known, and he's in jail after police say he robbed 2 banks in as many days in Alberta last week. So
he must go in and go, "Hi, I'm filming a segment for the news."
I don't know. Apparently, he entered both banks without a disguise.
And it was like, "Hey, we know you."
After demanding money, he left with an undisclosed sum. He went in the first day and robbed the Bank of Canada, then turned around the next day and robbed the Bank of Montreal. His name is Vogelsang. Steve Vogelsang. He's 53. He's a longtime news director and sports broadcaster. He also taught journalism at the Red River College. And he's no longer employed by that college, by the way. They put a little spokesperson
Right.
at that. But he's going to appear in court on Tuesday. What drove him to do that? I don't know.
Low wages?
I was going to say, it's not pretty for people. Some people.
Not easy in that industry.
So a guy gets a $118 ticket for singing "Everybody Dance Now."
Why? Because he sang it poorly?
He doesn't know why.
All right.
He doesn't know why.
No, hit it.
Right, okay. So,
I was waiting to hear the song.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So, 38-year-old Tufik Moala. The song comes on the radio. He hasn't heard it in a while. He turned it up and then started singing at the top of his lungs going down the road. Wasn't speeding, singing really loud.
Noise ordinance?
So all of a sudden he sees a siren behind him. Cops pull him over and say, "Why are you screaming? Are you okay? Are you in distress?"
So I'm dancing.
That's what he said. "No, I'm not in any danger. I'm dancing. I haven't heard this song in a while." Yeah, makes me go, Then, he's not sure why, the cop still gave him a ticket for $118. He says
he's a terrible singer.
He said, "I don't know if it was my voice. I don't know what it was, but I got a ticket, and I can't wait to go to court to explain to the judge what happened."
So he can play this song. And the judge is like, "Oh, this is a great one."
I love this song. The guy's wife, on the other hand, she's had to hear him sing in the car. The 10 years they've been married, thinks the fine should be doubled.
That's hilarious. They're like, maybe he got a fine for not having a more current song playing.
I don't know. I'll be curious when he goes to court.
Right.
Ba-da-da-da. And finally, a guy got pulled over wearing a thong and covered in Vaseline.
Was it the same guy?
No. I'm going with the first guy over this guy.
Right.
So this cop in Oklahoma pulled a guy over for speeding last week, okay? When he walks up to the car, there's a guy. And he realizes, the guy's mostly naked.
Oh, he's like, you can just move along, sir.
Yeah, he's got a thong on.
Right. Oh, you can definitely just move along. Keep this as a warning.
Keep
And
going.
he looks like one of the dudes that you'd find at some crazy compound, white people compound with all the guns and stuff. So he's got the full beard, the long hair.
He looks like a little Duck Dynasty-ish.
Yeah, his name is John Wayne Kellerman.
Okay.
Wow, John Wayne.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to live up to. So John Wayne is 54. And according to the police report, his hands, his arms, his legs, they were all lubed up with Vaseline.
Ooh, we don't even want to know what that was for.
There were some magazines on the passenger seat, and the Vaseline jar was nearly empty.
Wow, so he really put it all over everywhere.
Cop asked him, "What have you been up to?"
He's like, "I'll give you a guess."
Yeah, John Wayne was very honest and told the cop, "I've been being one with myself."
Wow, this clearly is white privilege.
Yeah, right.
Because everybody else would have been tasered or shot by now.
Put down the gun, sir.
Yeah, right. So his ID, and when he handed it to the cop, was also covered in Vaseline.
No way.
So when he handed it to the cop wrote down that he was nice enough to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Do you want this rag to wipe the license off with?"
I wouldn't pick up anything that guy had been touching.
No, especially not a rag.
Right. I'd be like, just put it against the window.
Right.
I'm going to call this in.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to touch
I'm gonna take a picture with
anything
my
about you.
phone.
Right.
I'll be. So the cop didn't know what else he used the rag for,
Mm-hmm.
so the cop declined the rag. Turned out John's license got revoked back in 1985.
Damn.
He spent 27 years in jail.
Slippery little bastard.
And now he's facing charges for speeding and driving without a license.
And grossing us all out.
And that's your stupid news.
Saturday, we got to go to Avery's soccer game, your daughter.
Was it her first game?
It was her last game of the
Aw.
season.
That shows how terrible we are at making it to things.
And you got there at halftime.
Oh, okay.
Intermission, whatever
Right.
it's called.
But it was so adorable just to see her play and be in a little uniform. She has a little shin pads.
Right.
It was so cute. And then they all get on the little field, and you're like, when your kid gets it, we were just like, Avery, go!
Yeah, right.
Go!
Avery, go.
It was
right.
so cool.
And it's cute when they're just kicking the ball. And you could tell that they're like, I don't know what's about to happen. I
Right.
don't know where I have no plan.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
just kicking. Right.
So cute just to see her interact with other kids like that.
Yeah. And then when she comes off, it's like your teaching moment to be like, good effort.
Good job.
Great, like, get back in there.
It was so funny because everybody kept asking her, so do you want to play soccer again next year? And she's like, no.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's why she's played her best game this last game on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was because before we got there, I was like, babe, it's the end of the season. This is your last game. If you don't want to play soccer after this, we'll find something else you like. And you could tell that she was like, yeah. So I was like,
She didn't care.
Give it your all. Go all out, kid.
Yeah, it was so
She got a
cute.
goal. Right.
Yeah. And it's like Kathy says, they don't know exactly the rules. They're
Yeah.
just a bunch of little kids kicking a ball, but it's so adorable.
But when the whistle blows, that's when you got to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
The only rule.
My friend's son, she's got two really good kids at sports, but he is 9, looks like he's 12. He plays basketball on the 12-year-olds team.
Oh, dang.
And he's the same height as them. And he was getting trained. He was so good. He was getting trained by your guys' friend Chauncey Billups for
Get
his
out.
league.
For Marcus Mason.
Yeah,
That
and
whole
so
camp.
so you go to his games. You're like,
Who's that
who is
kid?
this kid? This kid's just throwing it up. You're all, okay, you're going to have a mansion and a guest house.
Right.
Like you're seeing a mini superstar in the making. It is so crazy to watch.
Wow.
But you get really intense. So as Avery gets older, you're going to get, and knowing
Yeah.
JJ and his love for, or Mr. Efficient and his love for sports, it's just going to be getting crazier and
she's
crazier.
she's going to try gymnastics next. Both of them are.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
Gianna, when she broke her leg a couple, months ago, the doctor was like, it's things that'll help her strengthen it and stuff will be good for her. So, gymnastics.
I really am about that for the girls because I know those boys won't be bothering them.
Yeah, that's true. There's no boys in gymnastics. Absolutely. And then after that,
We went to do a pumpkin patch.
yeah, so Chris and Larry are there, and it's the Whitcombs and us, and we're like, hey, let's go to a pumpkin patch. And Larry and Chris were like, well, I don't know, it's a pumpkin patch.
Well-
and so we go out
Wait, you
to...
never went to a pumpkin patch?
No.
Right.
I've never been to a pumpkin patch because, Chris, I'm sure has.
Yeah, but it's not really Halloween related. Is that why you didn't go? Because
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
Yeah, but it's kind of, well, I guess because you'd be going to get pumpkins for Halloween.
carve
So
and
as
all
a
that.
Jehovah
Okay.
Witness, you wouldn't be carving pumpkins.
right. So, I was excited because I was like, well, what is this all about? I really thought we were just going to go to an area with pumpkins, and I didn't realize there was
Mazes and
there was
Rides.
rides
Right.
and stuff like that.
Petting zoos.
Right.
Right.
So then we all get up there, and then everybody, it was like $14 a person
we
to
went
get in.
we went to Mile High Farms, and it's the
Okay.
first time I've ever been out there because usually I go
Where
to the
is
one.
that?
Usually I go to the one on 104th and Riverdale.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
free.
Yeah.
That's free.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to pay for the petting horses or something like that, you pay extra.
Okay.
But you can walk around in the park for free, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then I've been to one Rock Creek way out in Broomfield, and that one's free. You walk around, but if you want, to do part of the activities, you pay. So we get out to Mile High Farms because I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm finally going to see it. They have that corn maze, blah, blah, blah. $14 a person, which isn't bad if it's just mom and dad, but then it's $10 a kid, $14 a person, $10 a kid. There was 9 of us.
Well, and then
It
so
was
I'm wondering
no, we're not paying that.
what's in there that's worth $14. Did you get free anything in there?
No.
So
Like
what's
it's
the whole? What was behind there?
behind there was a maze, a petting zoo,
Oh, okay.
a ride. You could do a wagon ride, but we were only going to be there for like an hour and a half. We didn't have So
we
I
didn't have
wasn't-
the whole day.
I
right.
wasn't paying $14 a person. We can go get a good lunch for $14 a person.
Wait, so Larry, you didn't go then?
So no,
we didn't. None of us
drove,
went in.
None of you went,
We drove
okay.
20 miles out to Watkins, saw the price, took some pictures with the pumpkins out front, and left.
Okay.
And I was like, why are we leaving?
I was like, you can go in and look, but I ain't giving them this money.
So
for
like
14,
it's families. How dare they take advantage of people like that?
for $14, do you get a pumpkin?
No, then you pay on top of that for the
Oh,
pumpkin.
see, that's not
screw
cool.
So
that.
I went into the Yelp reviews as we were leaving, and people were like, after paying this and then 80 cents a pound per pumpkin, I
80
was in
cents.
$70 for
Whoa.
my wife and my daughter and I. for the day.
Damn.
You know, like that's.
Here's my thing, Larry. You always do the Halloween stuff, but do you carve pumpkins? Like, have you
Oh,
got
yeah,
any
do you-
pumpkins?
have you
Yeah,
ever
I've done that before, and it's like the grossest thing ever to
Oh.
reach inside of there and pull that stuff out.
Okay, I found a thing because my King Supers has everything that you need because there's nothing else out there. It attaches to your drill. And it looks like you're mixing like frosting or
Oh,
something
yeah,
in a
yeah,
bowl,
yeah,
like
yeah.
one of those blender things.
Like a beater.
But like a beater, yeah. Except it's designed to get all the pumpkin stuff and thin out the pumpkin. So it says in like 10 seconds you can clean out an entire pumpkin. You just pull that out. and
Okay, then
it's
that's
empty
cool.
it off and it's done.
Yeah, it's pretty gross what's in there.
Try
I-
that. I want to try that.
I just can't believe from all that gunk that's in there, they make that delicious pie out of it.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, if we didn't go.
Yeah, so I have yet to be in a
And
pumpkin patch.
patch.
And
But
it was so
was-
funny.
Yeah.
Because I was like sitting there not realizing, everybody was like, well, it's real sad that you haven't been. And I was like, well, if you don't know about it, you don't really know you missed it. So then I'm looking through social media and I'm like, picture after picture of people in pumpkin patches. And I was like, oh, this is where these people take
Oh,
these pictures. I've been
that's-
noticing this for years.
How did you never? Every year when you see the pumpkin
Thought
pictures,
they were on
you
a
never.
farm or
Right.
what?
Yeah,
I thought
what
like
did you-
literally it was like King Super's pumpkins or like, your church pumpkins. I don't know.
Well, he did keep saying that. He was like, we could just go to King Supers and get
They're
a
like
pumpkin.
way cheaper.
Right.
Yeah.
They are a lot cheaper at King Supers.
And they don't have horses that walk around in a circle. They just have a penny horse that goes in one motion.
Right. So, yeah, good times.
Yeah, I'll have to get on that.
No, you won't.
You never will.
We'll try the pumpkin patch next year.
Yeah, but I am decorated fully for Halloween. You're free. I know Wiggins says that you were going to
You're staying
decorate
in your
your
house.
house and
Well,
stay
yeah,
in.
we're going to stay in, yeah.
I know, but here's what I'm banking on.
Okay.
Wiggins is never going to get around to decorating, so they'll
We
probably
already decorated.
Oh, you
Oh,
did?
Yeah.
snap.
It doesn't look like amazing.
Oh,
but
you did- over the
we
weekend?
still, yeah, we did it like, I don't know, before the weekend. Kay's really wanting to do it, so we've decorated. So we're doing candy.
I'm
at our
sorry.
house.
What do you got? What'd you put out?
A skeleton that's like a full body skeleton
Uh-huh.
that you can manipulate and do whatever you want with it. And then we got some gravestones in the front yard, except
Oh.
one of them blew away because it
cute.
was styrofoam, and so
Oh,
it just
that
kind of
sucks.
blew away. But
Bye-bye.
yeah, so I was it's so dark on our porch. I literally want to do like sit there, and then when people come up, like scare them.
You should.
Like that's like the best part.
You
to me.
should. That's exactly what you
Right,
Yeah.
but
should
then
do.
little kids leave their Snickers in your front yard because
Yeah.
you made them poop.
On the
That's
floor.
not a Snickers.
It's not a Snicker.
It's time for
All out on three. 1, 2, 3. All out.
1, 2, 3.
Larry, you look very on sports.
Didn't get to do this yesterday. We just got so busy, but
Yeah.
had to point out some obvious things about the Bronco game.
Okay, yeah.
One of the things that really, I posted this on Facebook, and it was very frustrating because the Chargers have these yellow gloves now.
Okay.
Part of their outfits.
Yes.
And every time you looked at the screen, I thought a flag was being thrown because of those gloves.
Okay.
So I was like, that is not cool. Somebody needs to
Looks
stop
like they're-
that.
And that's her flag, and that's a flag.
Exactly. I was like, what's going on? Oh, that's not a flag. That's
That's her
his
hand.
gloves.
Right.
Right. So I posted that. People were feeling me on that.
Uh-huh.
That could have been real sports observation for me.
Definitely Larry Ulibarri.
But more importantly, what I realized was that players now have gone from just having, some have like long hair and dreads,
Yeah, it's so sexy.
to full-blown extensions and weaves. Like I noticed it on some of the San Diego players. I was like, okay, that is a bunch of hair, and it all looks brand new and paid for. You know what I mean? Because dreads are like, you can tell when dreads are real because they're
They've
just
had
like,
them a while.
and they look, they're different levels and they all look random.
Yeah.
And this hair is starting to look like girls' hair.
Well-
and
Really? Okay.
Right. So I posted this on social media
Uh-huh.
too.
The
And-
San Diego Chargers are
Right.
the LA Chargers, not from San Diego.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
LA Dodgers.
Maybe that's
Fine.
why they're doing it.
Whatever. So the whole thing is, then people started commenting and saying it's been happening for a couple years that players are now
Okay, well-
getting like extensions.
Like really getting extensions.
Yeah,
like
just
as
like-
in I thought you were just being exaggerating, like it just seemed like there's all these players with long hair these days.
no,
Wow.
right. So it's like it's like you know that new squishy hair, like when girls get it, it's like curly,
Yeah.
and it's just brand new and it's very poofy. That's
Uh-huh.
what it looks like.
But they're not like the Packers guy or the Steelers guy that
No,
made
the
him
guy
famous.
that guy's
Matthews.
naturally just gorgeous long
He does
hair.
have beautiful hair.
No, but no. I think it's socially acceptable now for.
Okay, I need to know which players have
Well,
extensions.
you do know that all those players they get shampoo commercials, so maybe that's like they're
Right.
looking for that next
Next
endorsement.
endorsement.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, you look real cool when you're running down the field with your hair flowing in the wind.
I know, but I mean, it is kind of weird if it's purchased.
Thanks, Larry, on
yeah,
sports.
Totally weird if it's purchased.
Right, but I mean, maybe
somebody's
that's
got to go on the record and say that's what's happening.
I know, but what do you mean? I just think that's the trend anyway. It's like men are becoming more metrosexual, I guess,
Okay.
and their dressing and their outfits, and it's like if
This-
you look at the way the NFL players dress, some of them now,
Uh-huh.
you're like, whoa, okay, that's kind of different.
Like what?
Like the short pants that I've told you about,
The
like
suits that are
no,
tight.
not the suits.
Okay.
I'm talking about like leggings, and they go, but they're like below the knee and to the ankle. You've seen them before, and then
Yeah.
the guys wear loafers with no socks.
Isn't
and
that
it's-
just the way? If you're rich, you can afford to
I don't
dress
know
like
if that's
that.
if you're giving them the pass because they're rich. I'm just saying that's a feminine look. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. And back to the extensions. Do you really think football players are putting extensions in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
bigger,
they've
bigger.
thrown it out.
Larry,
that would
Larry on
blow my
sports.
mind if there was somebody out there with extensions.
What about the Broncos themselves? So they
Oh,
got the
right,
hair.
right,
What
back
about
to
the
that.
Broncos themselves?
Back to the Broncos. Thanks, Wade.
None of our players have extensions that I know of. But no. I just think that somebody needs to get fired.
Oh, who?
I don't know. I'm
The
not that
coach?
good.
Coach Joseph?
I
no.
don't know. You pick. Everybody else picks in their own mind. I don't know. Do you think anybody should be on the chopping block because of their performance lately, or is it just need to get our ish together?
There were decisions that were made. Like there was we're about to get our shutout for the first time since 1992, and we're on the 30-yard line, and we could have kicked a field goal at least to score 3 points to avoid this repeat of getting blown out.
Right.
And they did some stupid screen pass when it was like 4th and 20 and got like 10 yards. So there was offensive plays called and coaching where you're like, bad call there. Why are you doing that?
So is Simeon kind of like just
Simeon.
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 Is he
He
just-
wants to say Simeon.
Because in the
guy.
song, I have to
Right.
break it up for syllables.
Right.
Simeon. Is he like losing it? And that what's up with the kicker?
Okay.
Well, I don't know anything about the kicker,
McManus.
but yeah.
He just like he can't. He's in his head. Somebody's got to
That's what
help
I'm
him.
saying. I think the
Right.
kicker and him are in their head. And
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that you're a Bronco fan. You watch the games all the time, and you're not aware of the kicker missing like 5 major kicks in a row.
Yeah. Well, I'm more. I don't know.
He's
interested, and I'm more interested in the fact of why didn't we get down the field anyway?
But
And I'm
he's,
looking
on
at
your,
that.
he's on your team. He's on your like little fantasy team.
Yeah, for a league that I really can't stand because I don't know how the stupid league is set up, and it's so dumb on the app. You can't even highlight the players, and they got the kickers give you the most points, and the defense gives you the most points, and it makes no sense. But the guy who's in it is this guy who wanted to expel me from high school. So I happened to walk into this thing in his meeting, and
He's
I
like a
see him.
teacher?
Yeah, and he was the vice principal, and so I see him, and I'm all, oh, you're in this league. And so I said, and so I went after him. I was like, dude, you almost expelled me for some crap reason. And he's all, oh, well, I remember you. You were a trouble kid. And I looked at him. I said,
Thornton's
I had a
kid.
3.8 GPA, bro. I was like, I was never even at Thornton High School. I was always at the school next to. I was like, whatever. So now I'm playing in the league, but I'm not caring about the league. Long
You
story
just want
short,
to care about beating him.
exactly.
He's
And,
beating you.
and so I don't even care about the stupid league. So now all of a sudden he probably thinks, oh yeah, see that's that crappy kid that
Right,
just
I
is.
told you.
I'm all,
C student. C
Exactly.
student, that Wiggins.
These all people never change.
But
Long
yeah,
story short, that's very
our
therapeutic.
offense has to get it together. It was just horrible. I mean, it was just everyone was in such a bad mood yesterday.
Yeah.
They handed it to us. First shutout in 25 years.
It's kind of a wake-up call to see where we're really at.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
so it's like a realistic check because I think we go into every season, hey, they usually pull it off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what I
right.
mean?
It's usually, yay, we'll take the W however we can.
Now it was like third quarter, everybody's like, I could be getting some stuff done.
Right, exactly. What's on my to-do list
Right.
today?
Fourth quarter, you're like,
Okay,
Netflix.
I'm out.
Right.
What do you think about Monday?
I think it's a great day. I mean, it's hard for people. Everybody's dragging ass.
Yeah.
You know,
For
Mondays
real,
are Mondays.
for real.
What do you think is going to happen? We're playing the Chiefs in
God.
Kansas City.
Oh, my
It's a
God.
division game.
We have to win it.
We'll rebound because I think everybody was so pissed off at everybody that they're really going to try.
I'm hoping.
No?
All right. Well, let's go for it, Larry on
We-
Sports.
And that's
Yeah.
my best guess. Larry Ulibarri on sports. Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathy J. Wiggins.
Did you guys hear about that Australian teenager, the 15-year-old that was almost attacked by the great white shark? Did you hear it? Crazy story. So the dad says it was literally a scene out of Jaws.
Uh-oh.
So she's in a kayak. He's in a boat about 100 feet away with his son. Okay.
Okay.
And then, like, another 300 feet from them is his wife, his brother, and the other kids,
In a
right?
different boat?
In a different boat. So his 15-year-old teenage daughter is kayaking. And literally, he heard a scream. It was a blood-curdling scream. Looks over, sees a great white rolling over the top of the water with all of the water coming everywhere.
Like you do in those clips.
Like he was trying to. He
To
was
flip
trying,
her boat.
He was trying. So he came up underneath her boat and flew it up in the air and flipped it.
Right.
And she screamed and was trying to get back on top of the kayak as the great white was also surfacing and trying to get
Wow.
her.
Well, see, and the thing is, like, they always say in those nature specials, like, the shark doesn't know it's a girl in a boat. It might think it's a seal.
Yeah.
Sharks have terrible vision.
Yes, that's what it was.
Right.
So he said that Sarah, the daughter, the 15-year-old, managed to climb onto the kayak. The shark continued to go at the kayak, and that's when he started the motor on the boat that he and his son were in.
He started to motorboat his son? Well, his son obviously is fat. And why would you do that as your daughter's dying? It's like, son, give me your man boobs.
He started the motor
Oh, on the boat.
they
Oh,
were
okay.
in.
I'm sorry.
He did a U-turn towards Sarah, and he said they were coming up on it. The shark is surfaced
This is
right
just
there
like-
next to her. It's in a Jaws movie.
Oh, my God.
And he said he yelled at his son, "Pull your sister in the boat." And
He's all,
said,
because I'm not gonna.
he said, he was steering the boat.
Yeah, he's all, I'll drive. You pull her out.
He says that the son leaned down in, and as the shark was coming in, mouth open
Oh
for
my
his sister,
God.
he grabbed her and pulled her in the boat.
But first he said, can I have your iPad? And she was like, yes. And then he pulled her out.
Siblings.
Right there, right.
Siblings. And literally, 10 seconds later, she would have been shark food.
Whoa.
Like 10 seconds later. That's how close.
terrifying.
It was out of a movie, they said.
Whoa.
And then they watched as they were all on the boat.
Freaking out.
They watched the shark continue to go after the kayak, thinking it was a seal.
Whoa.
And then the fin disappeared.
Oh, I love that we're a mile high.
Yeah, right. We're landlocked.
Right.
There's not any real water around us.
We're going to get eaten by a bear.
Yeah, that's goody. Okay, so you know how, I don't know about you guys, but every time I'm driving down the highway and there's like an overpass, of people walking up there, and sometimes I get nervous. You guys get nervous, like they could be throwing things down or,
Uh-oh.
you know,
Don't
'cause
make me nervous. Now I'm going to be
I'm going
nervous.
to because
Yeah.
somebody just got killed by somebody throwing something off of one of those bridges.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Okay, so it happened in Flint, Michigan. 5 teenagers were up on the bridge and they were throwing rocks down.
Bastards.
Okay, but a small rock is really bad, when coming at a high speed.
Yeah, because the car's coming at like 80, could be like, 75 miles an hour, and then you drop the rock and it's
The speed of the rock coming
it's gonna
down.
freak somebody out.
Yeah, so Kenneth White is 32 years old. He was a passenger in a van. It was traveling down this interstate in Michigan. The 5 teenagers are up above, and they're throwing rocks off the overpass, okay? The rock is probably, I'd say it's the size of a foot.
Whoa.
So, it's somebody's foot. So it's a pretty good-sized rock. Went right down, smashed through the windshield, and killed the dude instantly.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
They catch the kids then?
The 5 teenagers. Yeah, he was struck in the head, of course, Then the rock ricocheted to his chest, and that's when he lost that's when he died.
Well, somebody's going to be held accountable for that.
15 to 17 of the teenagers, they're being charged with second-degree murder each. And there were other cars on the side of the road
that pulled over
because the rocks had been thrown at them, and they had to pull over because of damage. So nobody in their cars got hurt, but their cars were damaged.
Right.
This car comes along, and they hit it at the right part, and he got struck and
Thornton
and
High
died.
School to Thornton
Yes.
Middle, like there's that bridge right there on 92nd Washington.
That's what I
used to
think
cross over that all the time, and you'd see kids throwing pencils or things like that. I think eventually they had someone like waiting at the bridge that worked at the school, but it's just that dumb kid mentality where it's like there's no reasoning for it, but they're doing it. Now, did you see this video? This video is super crazy. This guy nearly gets crushed with his car. This guy's
by the
driving it
pole.
by the pole.
And he survived, didn't he?
Yeah, the car's literally smashed. We put it on blazinghitradio.com, and you could just see him crawling out. Look at how close he is, and he just sticks his head out, and he
like
survives.
if he had been like
a
2 inches
second.
ahead, he would be
Right.
dead.
Or
yeah.
if he'd been a fat American, he might have been dead.
Right.
Like he really was able to just. Oh my God, he's so lucky.
Yeah, I don't know what's with all the white cars.
I was gonna say they all look the same.
Is that an Audi?
It
Yeah,
was
that was an Audi, yeah.
Wow.
Right. And so it was a crane, right?
Yeah, it was
that
a
fell on
giant
him.
crane. Yeah, so
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
that's just
Now,
super
when
scary.
I do
Crushed
get
it.
paranoid when we go up to like Central City and stuff because you see the signs that say rocks falling.
Yes.
And we've seen stories where rocks have fallen and hit cars.
Right.
So you're kind of not really safe wherever you go.
Anywhere, right?
It's called staying inside and becoming agoraphobic. You can
can't
have your
do that.
food delivered now.
Yeah, you can.
Stay home.
And now
Invasive, violating, and just disgusting.
it's Celebrity Trash and Bash.
With Larry, Kathy, and Wiggins.
It's really disappointing. They're just looking for the wrong photo.
Here's Kathy J.
Okay, so Nicki Minaj, you might want to step back from your older brother. He's being accused of rape on his 14-year-old stepdaughter, who was 11 at the time.
Right? Wasn't she kind of like having his back to a certain degree?
And yeah, Nicki Minaj posted the bail for him. It was
Right.
$100,000.
Right.
She posted that. Now, his ex-wife is apparently he's a rapper too. He's a rapper, even though nobody's ever heard of him. He's Nicki Minaj's brother. That's
Okay.
more or less his fame. So, but he's a rapper, and his ex has some sort of extortion claim against him for $25 million. So the Minaj family is trying to say these are all lies. This is part of his ex-wife's extortion claim. Okay? But the 10-year-old brother of this stepdaughter took the stand, and he was in a little black tuxedo. He was so cute. And he was holding a little toy, and he started reliving the moment when he walked in on Nicki Minaj's older brother having sex with his 11-year-old sister.
Right, and I'm sure his lawyers were saying, "Oh, she put that in their head. And that didn't happen."
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
So he took the stand, and he said that his pencil broke. The little boy said, 10 years old. He said, I didn't have any others, so that's why I went looking for my sister.
Right.
Okay. So he said he found his sister's pants around her ankles downstairs in the basement, and the stepdad, Nicki Minaj's older brother, his underwear was close to his knees. The little boy said, I thought it wasn't right. It looked weird to me. I ran upstairs. The boy then claims that Nicki Minaj's older brother, Mirage is his name. Mirage later came to find him, slapped him in the face about 10 times. Mirage said, did you see anything down there in the basement? And he said yes, and Mirage would slap him. Did you see anything down there in the basement? The little boy would say yes, Mirage would slap him.
Wow.
When he finally said no, Mirage stopped slapping him. He then threatened the boy, told him that he'd never see his mother again if he wasn't silent. And then he said, the little boy also told the court that sometimes at night he would hear his bedroom door close, and then his sister's bed would start creaking because his bedroom was right next to hers.
Yeah.
Up to 4 times a week is what this guy's being accused of. Nicki Minaj, maybe you should step back from this one.
Yeah.
Right, unless if they're going to still go solid with she's put this in their head. Blah,
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
She's there. She's staying with him. So, R. Kelly, crazy guy, you. Lots of accusations about R. Kelly over the years, right? Like, he drugs women.
Right. He likes to do the number one
right.
on a lady.
Right. And I saw that video.
Right. Unfortunately, some of us had to see because it was like so viral.
Yeah.
At that point,
Still an image I can't get out of my head.
Right. It was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I was glad I did not work with you guys then because I remember hearing you talking about that, but I did not work then, and I never want or will see that video.
I'll never get that fetish. I just don't. Like, I'm usually pretty open-minded, but when you start getting into that and stuff like that, I think you've run out of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like number one on people.
Yeah, some people.
What are you talking about? It's the best time ever.
And like going to Golden, right?
Yeah.
So one of R. Kelly's ex-girlfriends has opened up about her relationship with him. Her name is Kitty Jones. And she's young and she's cute. And she was actually with him on his tour in 2012. She met him in 2011. She was on tour with him in 2012.
Right. I think you probably get asked to leave the R. Kelly situation at a certain age. You know what I mean? It's like, well, now you're turning into a woman, and it's not as attractive to him because, I don't know.
Yeah.
He seems to like younger girls.
He does, and he's always had that track record of liking younger girls.
Well, and let's put it, to be honest, like, every rich guy operates the same way. It's like Hugh Hefner didn't keep the first Playboy bunny around.
Yeah.
He had to cycle through them, and whatever's new, whatever,
right.
keep it fresh.
Crystal, his wife, was still in her late 20s when he passed away. So, she told Rolling Stone that she met him in 2011 after an after party in Dallas. Okay, they started texting regularly. 2 months later, she claims R. Kelly.
It must be so exciting in the beginning. You know what I mean? R. Kelly's texting you, but your mom's freaking out. Like, why is R. Kelly texting you?
Right. Well, she also was a DJ down in Texas. Okay. So. And he's 50 years old. He paid for her to visit him here in Denver.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Hey, we got a shout out.
And as soon as she arrived, she said,
I'll be staying in Golden, where you'll take a shower.
Right. She said he immediately started being one with himself in front of her. And later that year, she began falling for R. Kelly, left her job in Dallas to move in with him in Chicago. Okay? Then Kitty Jones, speaking to BuzzFeed, says things like, soon after that, he moved her into his recording studio with two of his other girlfriends. Then she says that he went to great lengths to ensure that they never found out about each other.
So she had to live in the recording studio?
That's what it says.
He's all, you'll live under the speakers.
Yeah,
but it's so dark in here. He's all, shut up. He's all, when I come record songs, I'll do you.
He made references to having raised, quote unquote, other women. Didn't tell her he was in a relationship with them, but
raised
he still
other women, so he even admits that
he takes them young.
Brady's all, I like to rear women.
Yeah, that's just bad.
That's weird.
She says he forced her to wear baggy sweatpants, became very controlling.
He forced her to wear baggy sweatpants?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know what that's about.
Maybe he's like doesn't want like other guys checking her out.
Yeah, maybe. He would then after they met like a year in, he'd start. That's when it became abusive.
Did you say urine? Or did you say year in?
A year in to the relationship. She said he'd start kicking me and telling me I was stupid and don't ever get in this business. Soon after that, he said that he didn't want one of the girls, so he had to get rid of her.
I'm picturing like a Neverland compound where young girls roam in the wild. He's all, that's my free range girls.
Yeah. Right.
They haven't learned how to pee on people yet.
Then he brought in another one of his girlfriends over to where he was keeping her in the recording studio and forced her to perform oral on the other girl.
She's like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. Then he said, I've raised this one. I've trained this bitch. This is my pet. Do it.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
So he must literally carry around a thing of little treats.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
A clicker.
Right. And a little liver treat.
Clicker. Yeah,
oh, I just love this liver treat.
She's calling it hell. She contemplated suicide. And then she said that she talked about leaving and stuff, and
She's all, you're insane.
yo. Oh, Wiggins was holding on to that one the whole time.
Yeah.
He was-
He's adorable.
Whatever.
He's our child.
She said if I wasn't getting slapped, I wasn't eating, or my phone was gone. One of the three. I
Wow.
just finally said, I'm going to kill myself. It's going to be his fault. I can either kill myself or kill him.
I could just see one girl leaving with her box of crap as the new girl gets there.
Right.
And the new girl's got that excited face.
Yeah, like, ooh,
"This
I'm
is
with R.
amazing."
Kelly.
Right.
Yeah, so-
And she's like, later, bitch.
Well, remember that there were two families that came out trying
That
to say...
said, he kidnapped our daughters.
Exactly. And the daughter was like, I'm fine. Everything's cool. She's like 20
Wink,
years
wink,
old.
wink.
Right. Well,
Right.
now you know what really happens in there.
Oh, no, for
Yeah.
sure. It's got to be brutal.
Okay, so Kim Cattrall, you know, Sex and the City, Samantha.
Right, she's the one that the reason. Oh, she's was accused of being the holdup for the next movie.
Right.
But it really kind of was Sarah Jessica Parker.
Right. Well,
That's what
and,
she said.
And Kim admitting that who wants to see a 60-year-old woman,
Right.
you know, trying to have sex, you know,
Exactly.
like...
I've been saying that since that show started.
Shut up, Wiggins.
Like that show did kind of have like a really super long life,
It
and
did.
then it had a great movie and then a weird movie.
Now, Kim Cattrall, Samantha, she is older than the other three.
Right.
So when they started doing
In
sex,
real life or in the show?
in real life and in the show.
Oh, okay.
But when they started filming in the 90s, when they started filming Sex and the City, she was already reaching her 40s. Okay. And so it was like, 19-hour work days. The show's a big hit. I don't have time to have kids right now. And then she's saying it was because of Sex and the City that she wasn't able to have children.
Well, and here's the thing. She looked amazing through that whole run.
Yeah.
Like, never looked her age.
No.
And looked younger than the other three chicks.
Yeah, like
except
she,
Charlotte.
Right. Charlotte always looked cute.
Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like all the other girls got to have their daughters,
Right.
Because they were younger. So when there was time to take breaks from Sex and the City, they were still at an age to have kids.
Right.
Kim Cattrall had gone past that.
Well, let's just say if anybody can afford to give some orphans a good life, it's her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
So
go do what Madonna does and fly to Africa and pick up a couple kids.
she also said to be thought of as some kind of diva is ridiculous because that's how Sarah Jessica Parker tried to paint her.
Right.
Remember that she was trying to push her own projects
through.
Right, and she said that there's no third installment one more time, and she thinks that Sarah Jessica Parker could have been a little bit nicer, understanding the sacrifices she made to not have kids, to keep her body in shape for the film.
I think that they should do the third movie, and then in the first scene, Samantha gets killed by some giant sex toy or something that falls on her.
You know that the three of them sit around laughing about
Thinking
how
about
they can
it.
kill off Samantha. Right, you know
Right.
they do. And you wouldn't have to show Samantha. You would just have to show a bedroom
You'd have to
and
show
a
her
hot
going,
blonde.
Is the horse rigged up on the lift?
You're right.
Ooh.
They might have outtakes for that.
Plays and Hit Radio. I'm Larry Ulibarri.
I'm Kathy J.
Wiggins.
So on the text line, you can always reach us 303-728-3420. You can't call right now because we're also getting a new phone line.
Yeah. We started a brand new station,
Yeah.
so there's these things that we're getting and perfecting upon.
Right, we thought the first phone line would work. It didn't. We thought the first app would work. It didn't.
Exactly.
So it's trial by error, but we've got it on lock.
Yeah.
Right, there's better problems to have. They didn't work because we had so many people
Mm-hmm.
coming through, and the people that promised us they could handle the traffic, they
Right.
couldn't. So that's
Yep.
cool.
So the new phone line is coming in Monday. You'll be able to hear the show when you're on hold. So if you're driving in and want to call on Bluetooth, it's like listening to the show
Sweet.
while waiting to talk to you guys.
Right, so that really sucks for us because we can't talk about you while you're on hold.
Speaking of the text line at 303-728-3420, Kathy, you got to take the babies next time to Nick's Garden Center. They got jumpers and lots of Halloween fun. I love Nick's Garden Center. Like, they're over by me in Aurora.
What's
So,
a jumper?
I don't know, but I'm going to take them.
Well, maybe like a bouncy castle.
It must be jumpers and lots of Halloween fun. So, you know what? Thank you for letting me know that, Texter. I'm going to take him. I could take him this week.
Well, I'll probably have to go because I've never been.
You should dress up. Are you? Wait. Okay.
You don't
Okay,
dress
yeah,
up
we-
to go to
we
the
have to talk
pumpkin
about
patch.
this.
Yes, we have to talk about the costumes. Are you guys dressing up as each other? We've talked about it.
Yeah.
Are Larry and Kathy going to swap roles for Halloween?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
I think that like the thing is, Kathy always has the everyday show does such a huge to do.
Yeah.
That it's already like scheduled out way in advance. So I think for me to try to pull that off in this amount of time is just going to be.
Are you kidding me? You're the guy who does things like one day before.
Exactly,
Dude,
right.
I know, but here's the thing.
But are you talking about switching us here on Blazing Hit, or you're going to come on the Everyday Show?
No, I was going to have somebody transform me into you, and then I was going to kill you and raise your children.
Okay, you wouldn't want to do that.
I'm your mother now.
You think it's fun until they're your responsibility 24/7.
No. I just thought it'd be funny to someday dress as you and have the exact same outfit as you and see who wore it better.
I think that we can do it for Blazing Hit. You can do it maybe possibly on Everyday Show. It'd be probably quick. And then obviously for the Nick's Halloween party, the Spidell brother who invited us to his Halloween party, that would be a
I'm not
hit.
going to be in drag all night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Are you kidding me?
No, I was leaning toward Kim Jong-un, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, no, and you could pull him off.
Right, and I'm not going to I don't, cause sometimes isn't that a issue if you're doing some other race or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
like
You tell us, Pulp Fiction.
I don't know.
Samuel Jackson, Larry.
No, I wasn't
really?
Samuel Jackson. I was the
John
chick
Travolta.
with a needle in the chest.
Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, I don't think anybody's going to be like, well, I don't know, maybe some family that is formerly from North Korea is going to come trick-or-treating and go,
No, that's not going to happen.
much dishonor.
Right.
And then they're going to try to kill me.
Larry triggers nuclear holocaust or nuclear
Right,
warfare.
in Stapleton.
Listen, I was only picking it because we both have a full face, and I just wanted to rock that haircut. And Chris was going to be Trump, but we're going to be so busy handing out candy and partying that I didn't really want to get too serious with the costume.
I think you're scared, Larry. I don't know. I feel like you're backing
Afraid of
out
what?
of being Kathy for Halloween. I don't understand why
you
you
know,
it's
here's
the
the
short
thing.
time.
Here's the thing, really. Kathy's self-esteem can't take this at the moment, and Larry
What do you
could
mean?
pull me off better than me.
Yeah, right. I just wanted us to, what I really want to do.
And I just,
No,
it's been a bad month.
That's not
and
that. Here's what it is.
What?
Sometimes when you see pictures of celebrities and they're on the set,
Yeah.
and they're standing and they're having a little chat with their stunt double, and they wear the exact same outfit.
Right.
So that's what I really want it to be. Is like, I'm not you. I'm the person that gets hit by the train, so you don't have to. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm really going to pull Kathy J off.
I'm all in.
Okay,
I'm all in.
And the thing is, I don't even. Oh, you know what? I think that the drag queen people from Trax could hook me up on some boobs.
Yes, they could. And a wig.
To pull Kathy off, you got to have the boobs.
Yeah.
Right. And a wig. You can
Right.
definitely get a wig.
And they have these boobs now that they can show cleavage and it looks real.
Yeah.
So I might really be able to get close.
Well, so is this a yes?
I
Is
don't know.
this
It's
a yes?
a lot of work because, and here's the
I
other
don't
thing
think it is.
that there's drag queens. They're all busy because they're
I was
getting
saying-
everybody else in drag.
Well, Drag Nation is Friday night.
Exactly.
So they're everybody's getting ready for Trax for Friday because they got to have their costumes and their makeup and everything ready. And
then Kathy and I have to go somewhere shopping to find an outfit that we both think looks
True.
good on us.
Right.
That's going to take another week.
And if Larry's paying, I know exactly what store we're going to.
Forever 21.
You could return your outfit, but I'm keeping mine. That's
All right.
that's the price you will pay for making fun of me during the Halloween party.
Where does an ample gal like myself find something that's fashionable?
You go to Torres.
Okay.
Yeah, there's stuff at Macy's.
Oh, those cool places you
yeah,
go.
right.
Okay.
Haley and Grace. Yeah.
Fine. Larry Ulibarri, Kathy J. Wiggins, Blazing Hit Radio.
Yes, that's right. You sound like
Yeah, you
just we're back
yeah,
now.
we're back
do.
right now
I
on
would like
the
to
radio.
give people a different feeling in their
Yeah.
car. You know how when you press buttons and you're like, oh, this is like some NPR. You know right away.
Right.
Because of the way they're talking.
Yes, you do.
It's not all rushed.
Yeah.
It's real slow.
I like your sweaty
Smooth.
balls.
That's
It's
right.
that
We all
Saturday
like
Night Live
them
skit.
sweaty balls.
That sounds delicious.
Sweaty.
So this Saturday, everybody, I'm going to be at Larry Miller Nissan down in Highlands Ranch off of
Lucent.
Lucent and C470 from 11 to 1. So this is your chance to come and take advantage of some amazing deals that they have going on.
Right. All you got to do is text the word Nissan to 303-728-3420 and you'll get $500 off your purchase. And so when I was there a couple Saturdays ago, I was they weren't happy with me.
Why?
Because I was going up to people going, by the way, if you text Nissan and you
Right,
get $500
right.
off. And you could tell some of the guys had already done the deal.
Right, and
And
they
the
were
people were like, text, bam.
They were
and
like-
the guy was like, I'll be right back.
I have to redo all this paperwork. It's okay. It's only
You're like,
72
"Thanks, Larry."
pages. Only 72 pages. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, I
recently.
was there
Yep.
this past weekend. You were there.
No, yeah, all right, so truck month, you guys know I drive trucks, and so
Yeah.
one of them we want to get actually made for Blazing Hit, but, so I went in there.
A Blazing Hit truck?
Well, we were talking
With the
about
logo.
it
Oh,
with the
that'd
logo
be
and all
neat.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So Kayla's lease was up on her Nissan Juke, so we're like, we'll just go in there.
Right.
And then, so Roman, the GM, was just like, let's take care of that turd Ford you got. And so I go, and that thing has had issues, so I was like, all right, let's see what he can do.
Let's see what you got, Roman.
And then, so they took care of Kayla first, and she got a Murano. Freaking
No, she didn't.
the new Murano has CarPlay in it, and so you guys, I don't know
Is
if
that self-driving?
no, the CarPlay is like Apple's car stereo, and so when you plug in your phone, all the apps like TuneIn, Music, Spotify, they all appear in there, right? And then you can actually text message, and it talks to you back and forth. It's so sick. It's like Beyonce. And the next year's car, and then coming out in 6 months, Alexa will start your Murano.
What?
So,
That's crazy.
But so she got a Murano. She
That's
loves
cool.
it.
What color?
Black, all
Oh,
black.
yeah.
And then I drove the Titan, and Rome was like, you can't drive the Titan. You gotta get the baddest Titan there is. I was like, all right.
So yeah.
Yeah, so we got
I saw the pictures at the picture.
Yeah.
That's your
No,
truck.
we had to swap it out because there was just minor things with it. We said,
Okay.
no, we're not. Because Roman's cool. Roman's like, I'll just swap it out. So we swapped it out completely.
Cool.
Well, and it is truck month, so like they went in there just to like look to see for Kayla.
Yeah.
And the deals are so good that he
Yes.
walked out with a new truck.
You have no
so.
idea. It's like save $10,000. Like
What?
Whoa, it's crazy.
You know what though? They can do that at Larry H. Miller Nissan. Like he's been so good at helping people that were upside down on something and then they get something that's the same payment but newer. Like they really are good with working the numbers.
And they have so many cars, trucks, and SUVs out there. Like when you go out there, you're like, man, they have a lot. So they really have to keep those going.
Yeah.
So they're willing to make crazy good deals.
They got like thousands, over 1,000 cars between the two lots.
Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, definitely go see Kathy. When 11 to 1.
So this Saturday from 11 to 1.
Cool.